If the video that explains the skin never goes up, I will personally cry because I mean, I would just look cringe, but
Are you tired of me yet? I'm a little sick right now, but I swear.
what's crack-a-lackin', boys? It's your boy Caster, and I'm making today's video because I want to thank you guys because we hit 300 subscribers. Okay, well, not yet at least. We're at 290 as the time of me recording this video, but I wanted this video already recorded. So the minute we hit it, I will upload it, and it'll be hype. And yeah, today I'm going to be releasing all of my settings, from my in-game settings on my 1.7 version, which is this, from my 1.8 settings, my crosshair settings, my OBS settings, my render settings, even to my mic settings, because I get asked all these things all the time, and I've decided today is the day we make everything public, as well as my thumbnail settings. I might not give out my new thumbnail pack, but I might. Update, I feel generous. I'm going to be giving out my thumbnail pack. Woo! I want to thank you guys all so much for the amount of support you've shown the channel lately. It's been literally insane. I made this channel for Staff Series to upload once a week, maybe, when I was staff at Faithful, as a kind of a joke. Oh, it was a challenge, really. And then I started daily uploading out of literally nowhere, and it started as like a weird streak where I would try to upload every day this 1 week, and then it morphed into me uploading every day this whole month, and now here we are, 2.5 months strong, and I don't think I'm stopping making any videos anytime soon. So thank you guys all for the amount of support you've been showing. I know it's a lot of talking, but there's a timestamp on your screen that should have been there to tell you when to skip. Alright guys, I'm going to be showing you my settings in a separate OBS because I don't know why no one's ever thought of this, but I'm a genius. No need to tell me twice. But we're going to go here. I'm going to show you my recording settings. These are basically just Stimpy's settings that I just stole. And I'm calling them my own because they technically are my own because I use them. So I use the newest version of OBS here, and I use display. Oh, am I on Gamercraft? Wait, which one is this? Yeah, I'm on display capture. Okay.
You were moved.
I got moved in TS. Who moved me? Okay, they moved me staff AFK. Whatever. But let's go here to options. So for my first thing here, my recording settings. These are the recording settings I use in every single video. I get asked this question so many times. What are your recording settings, Caster? I want to be just like you when I grow up. Well, you can't. I'm just on a whole nother level. I'm built different. I'm a different breed. But you can at least look like me. So I'm just kidding, guys. I really appreciate everyone asking me all this stuff. But these are my settings. I use QCP. I no clue what it means. I use QCQ level 24. I use performance high. I think that's all. I also only use one audio track. I used to use two, but it would cause my OBS to crash like 90% of the time, so I stopped doing it. Next, for my video settings, I record in 240 FPS. If you can't record in 240, but you still want it to look smooth, you can use 144. I used 144 for the longest time, but since I got my new computer, I've been using 240. No problem. I've also considered bringing it up to 300 because it just look crisp, but that's also not that deep. But for my audio settings, I haven't changed much. These are basically default. Yeah. And I think that's it. I have my hotkeys. I don't know if you guys want to copy my hotkeys. I use F8 and F9. That should be good. These are my streaming settings. I have not configured these at all. Also, let me know if you guys want to see me start streaming, because I definitely will consider it. It's been something I've wanted to try for a little while, and I think you guys would enjoy it. But I think that's all for OBS. I also do have some profiles, but they're not very important. So I'm going to Vegas now. So I use Sony Vegas Pro 15.0. Why do I use this? I have no clue. But you see right here, these are my... Oh, no, they're not. If you are dealing with videos 240 FPS or more, or like 140, anything over 60, or no, anything over 120, you want to grab your video here. Let's grab a smaller video, right? There's like a nice like 30-second clip right here, like this. You want to grab this, drop it in there, and make sure you click yes, because that'll keep the 240 FPS mark. I don't know how many people screw that up and they tell me it never works. That's because it goes down the quality when you don't do that. Also, next thing you need to make sure is you have to have resample on. Okay, if you do not have resample, your video will not look good. Okay, I'll go right here in my options here. I have smart resample here. You have to have that on. If you don't have it on, it'll look like 60 FPS and it looks like you just wasted your time rendering it. So basically these are my settings. You can hear right here, like, let's listen to myself. Alright boys, so I just ran out and stole some sand from our neighbors after my headphones are a little scuffed. I'm gonna go ahead and run a spawn. So you hear that, right? I'm gonna show you my audio settings. I do edit my audio in Sony Vegas here. So I go ahead and go to track compressor. And this is my first thing. I put it on YouTube. And I put it on YouTube as well. I both made these. Sometimes I'll modify this depending on the video, how far I am from my microphone. But typically it's right around here. So before you ask, what is this? I have no clue. But you can easily find it by clicking here, these lines. And clicking track FX. And then you just mess around and click here to save your preset so for future videos. I also use this. It'll make it quieter, but that's why I always bring this up slight bit. And if you just listen. Alright boys, so I just ran out and stole some sand from our neighbors. Now you hear that? Okay. Now listen to the difference when I turn these both off. Okay. It gets quieter. Alright boys, so I just ran out and... Okay, maybe it's not that big of a difference, but depending on your headphone type, it sounds a lot better. I used to use a lot more muddy settings, but that sounded ear destroying now that I realize. But if you guys do want to know those settings, I'll show you real quick. I just go down here and I go to track EQ, turn these on. These both are incredibly important, but I would turn this about up, I think, and I turn this down more. And this for the other settings. Stole some sand from our neighbors. Those are the more muddy settings. If you like that kind of thing, go ahead and use it. I'm not going to use it though. Next thing here, I would always just highlight this so you make sure you know what you have, and then I just hit the render. And now for the render settings, the glory of all settings, the cream of the crop is going to be your render settings. So I use Vegas. Most people like Vegas in the HDF community I'm in right now. So yes, it's very common here. But you pretty much want to scroll through this and you want to click on Magic's AVC/AAC MP4. And basically you want to go down until you find Internet 1080p 59.94 FPS NVIDIA NVENC. I don't know what that means, but these are basically what I use to set them off from start. So right here is basically the menu I open. You can mess with these settings. I don't use the default settings. I'm gonna go ahead and show you mine. I use Stimpy's renders for anyone who asks. I also have an AMD graphics or AMD processor, so my videos tend to render pretty fast. But I was trying to use this little upscaling method and it wasn't working for me, so I modified the settings just so I could get 1440p. So I'm just gonna... Oh, okay, I don't know where that came from. I'm just gonna modify this, and you see my settings. My width is 2560 by 1440p. My profile is high. My frame rate is 59.94. I use variable bit rate, but it's basically consistent because I put it between the two. And I also use NV encoder. It makes it a lot faster and it's so worth. Okay, my videos render out in maybe 40 minutes tops, and they upload pretty fast because I got decent internet too. But yeah, I can go to my audio settings. I don't really change much. I have this right here. I don't know if it's changed. I don't remember. I made these settings when I first got this computer because I wanted to upgrade my recording settings. But that makes up for my Vegas settings. I guess now I'll show you my Minecraft settings on both versions. As many know, I play on both Minecraft 1.7.10 and I also play 1.8. So I'm going to show you my 1.7 version settings, even though I don't play this that much, but it's just a lot of fun. I use these for my staff series so I can b-hop. It's a lot of fun. Beep. I can't teach you guys how to b-hop because since Vert is a lunar partner, we do get staff mods like that. So I can't teach you guys the b-hop ways, but you know, if you become a lunar partner on whatever server you're at, you'll be able to b-hop too. But I'll show you my settings for my b-hop anyways because I'm just extra. I have my b-hop settings on complete max as well as I have it on cap. So it's capped, okay? And then my x-ray setting, that doesn't matter. You guys didn't come here for that. So I'm going to go through each individual item here. When I show my FPS, I have it on 1.0. I show background. My color is right there. That's pretty simple. I have my coordinates here. I have it on vertical. I have it on that color. Here's my CPS. I have it on a 1.0 scale, and that's my color, and I have background on. And then this is where it gets a little different. I have 0.75 for my scale and my keystrokes. I think keystrokes is massive and takes up a lot of my screen if I have it on the normal setting. So I'll make it smaller. I think the same thing with this. Yeah, 0.75. As well as my scoreboard, I have it on 0.75 because I just like to see my game, bro. It just makes it hard to see the game when there's so much on your screen. But I like being able to see my FPS, and I like seeing my CPS. Beep. Actually, I almost just realized I forgot is my crosshair settings, because I get asked that way too much for some reason. These right here are my crosshair settings. So to access your crosshair settings, lunar settings, scroll all the way down. You see thickness 1.0, just like me in real life. Size 4.74. So yep, 4.74. That looks about right. I took my measuring tool and I calculated exactly. Gap, I have it on 0. I don't like having a gap, but if you like having a gap, you can do it. And before someone comments saying I have a gap in my teeth, thank you for being mean. You know, you just ruined my mood. Nah, I'm just kidding. Alright, here we are on 1.8. It's not much different, but there are some settings differences, as you can tell right off the bat. I have my CPS really small, as well as having my keystroke stuff very small. I don't like them having them that big. I think the size of them all small. Even my FPS, I don't know. Your just taste just changed depending on the version, and tell you right now it's changed. But I'll go through each individual setting just like the last thing. Here's this. I have it on 1.0. I have it in that corner. I'm pretty sure that's obvious. These are all 1.0 setting. I think the scoreboard is slightly smaller than usual, I think. No, it's bigger. This is 1.0 setting. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I have it slightly bigger. 1.15. But I go down to here. I have my things here color-coded. So strength is red. And then we have this right here. It's nice and small. They're all the same color. They're all that, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, staff settings. These don't work, but doesn't matter. Let's see. And now the thing everyone cares about most is my crosshair. So crosshair. These are my crosshair settings on 1.8, of course. Because I play 1.8 a lot in my videos, so a lot of people see this crosshair most. It's very little difference. Just this one has like a little cross in the middle. It's hard to explain, but you'll see it when you like compare the two, or if you compare them at all. But you see right here, these are all the settings. I have an outline on. I have my thickness on 1, just like me in real life. My length is 4. It's slightly smaller than the other one, but they look the same size. My gap is 1 because that's the requirement in this version. My dot size is literally nothing because I don't use a dot. And I have dynamic colors off. And that calculates all my Minecraft settings. Unless you guys want a part 2 where I show my Discord settings as well as my social security number. I think that's here where I'm going to end it off. Alright boys, so I just realized I never did show you guys how to make the thumbnails. Even though you're going to see this in that video. I'm going to show you guys how I make my thumbnails pretty much a second time since it's all my settings as well as releasing them. So how I make my thumbnails, at least now, I'm going to be showing you, like, I have a little server here that I make all my thumbnails on, so they're just very easily. So for this video, I'm going to be making a thumbnail for a video about 1 DTR, 3 high, or risky trapping. So let me just go ahead and create this. We set this selection, and then we start with that, and then we do like walls, stone, brick, boom. And then to create this little base, we go right here. Walls, glass, boom, and then we go right here, slash set glass, and boom, we basically world edit in our base, and then we just break a hole down here in the middle. Oh, it's uneven. Well, it doesn't matter. All right, fence gate, boom, and now we've created a little base here for the 1 DTR thumbnail, and I have such kit PvP. Or kit diamond. It'll put me in basically a diamond kit, and I have all the stuff here, and then I just stand here pretty much. Let's see, pickaxe. No, well, then I just want these. Okay. All right. So basically, the first part of the thumbnail is gonna be me letting someone in. And you may be like, "Well, there is no one else on the server with you." Well, you're right. But, you know, that's what an alternate account is for. So, I'm going to hop on an alternate account real fast, and I'm going to show you there. Now, just like magic, there's a person there. So basically, my first screenshot is a GMS. We're going to take a screenshot like this. And now we're going to go here. So TP here. Zave 7, which is my alt. We're going to go and shut that. And now, I'm going to just take a bunch of screenshots of me placing blocks. Maybe, and then I want to move them over here. So TP here, Xave. Then we go trap them in a 1x1. So skiv, caster, slab. There's stone, slab, boom. Place that there. And boom. And now I have my 2 screenshots I really need for the thumbnail. So I'm just clear, so spawn. Just close my game entirely. I'm going to close that game too. Now we're going to switch to display capture. Now we're going to go ahead and open up Photoshop. I'll be back to you guys when I have Photoshop open. Alright, I always start by using my little thumbnail pre-made pack here of all of my stuff that I have made. I've made majority of the things I do use. So I don't use a lot of things that I steal. However, I do have some other effects that I use from other packs that I will show you here today that I'm not going to be releasing. But I'm going to be showing you these new thumbnail styles. These 3 right here are going to be released in today's video. You can find them in the description along with my original stuff here. But I'm not going to be using any of these in today's video because I'm trying a new style. So we're not going to be using these. But I'm actually going to caster layer styles, which I have not made these layer styles here. Not all of them, of course. But I've used these layer styles for my videos, and I really liked it. It was this one right here. I kind of created that. So we're going to go here to this HF thumbnail template thing I made. I'm going to move this up a little bit. And this says snowball because I made it say snowball last time. But we're going to write something like 1DTR. And then we're going to have that right there in the corner. And then I'm going to go right here. We'll type in risky. Okay, maybe we'll use this. Maybe we won't. Yeah, I'm not going to use that. But we'll just use, here, we'll do this. We'll do this. I'll create the same thing I did there. Black, then we go drop shadow, black, and then we go here, we just blur it out, and then boom. That's how I created that little effect there. Maybe we'll make the gradient a little stronger because it is very light. Boom. And now we're gonna write in here risky. I want to grab that, and now we put it on the thumbnail, and now it's risky. 1DTR trapping. And that's pretty much what I needed right there. So now I'm going to go and put in the 2 screenshots I put. I want to go to screenshot, and I'm going to click right here, all the way here. And we're just going to put them all in at once. You'd be like, how are you going to use all of these? Well, I'm not. That's simple answer. I'm going to figure out the screenshots. For example, like these screenshots right here, these 2, cannot use. There's no point. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete these. Now I just have these screenshots to work with. I think the ones I'm going to be using, yeah, I'm going to go get rid of that middle one. This one right here, and we're going to move it like in the corner or something. So basically, we have this, and we have this. And I'm going to be using this line here I made earlier. Put these down here under the shape. I know you guys don't really see what I'm doing, but putting them under here so that there's this line I made. So we're going to start off with this. We're going to have this right here. That's perfect. And I'm going to use this little the polygonal lasso tool. I'm going to click right here. Click right there. And just like that, double click. Oh. Okay, we'll just grab that. We're going to delete. Oh, we have to rasterize the layer. Well, my bad. We want to rasterize, delete. Now we have that half. I also want to move this down. Oopsie. All right, now we want to grab this. I want this to be me letting him in. So we're going to go like that. We're going to fit it right there. And we'll use the same tool, but we're going to go like this. Cut that side out. And shift, then we delete it. Oh, well, you got to rasterize the layer. I keep forgetting to do that. Though I forget to do that all the time, so it's not like something new. Hello. A value between 0. Oh, maybe it's glitched. Boom. Now this is basically what the thumbnail looks like, and you can kind of see what I'm getting at. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and zoom this in so you can see that I'm obviously trying to let this guy in. And then boom, now you see him in a 1x1 in the second slide. So basically this is much of what you need, but I'm going to go ahead and use one of these arrows from this thumbnail pack because I love this thumbnail pack. I'm not going to be releasing anything here because it's not my thumbnail pack. Sorry. But let's go ahead and grab this thumbnail. This thumbnail has been one I've been a fan of lately, and we're going to move it up here so you can see it looks like that, and we want to make it smaller so you can see that's him. It's the same person, but now he's in a 1x1. I want it nice and small so you can just tell if you need to. And lastly, the last effect I'm using is this rateable thing here, and this one's very easy to recreate if you wanted to. But yeah, you want to put the rateable down here in the middle. We want to add a drop shadow. Turn up the opacity to spray, shine, and now boom, your thumbnail should be looking absolutely snazzy. But if there's one more effect you want to do, I might try adding a stroke right there. Boom, now you're rateable, and it's your thumbnail. Some people go above and beyond, and you can completely do that if you want to go and cut out the little characters here and add like a stroke. I used to do that all the time, but now I don't do that anymore because I feel like it adds too much, and I still want you to be able to tell it's not very destroyed or distorted. And 1 DTR risky, and then rateable. That's all I need because the title is going to be risky 1 DTR trapping. This is also my Rags to Riches series. And that's about it for the thumbnails. I did this fairly fast. I think this took me about 5 minutes and 42 seconds exactly on the dot. Please tell me I recorded my game, or not game, I recorded my display. Thank you.